So, hi YouTube, my name is Chris, and this is your timeless reading for whenever you find it. It's not sign specific, it's not time specific. Yeah, there's the Seven of Wands and there is the Knight of Wands, so you got to go. Is there some procrastination energy here in the room? Okay, so the Seven of Wands is pretty much standing your ground and feeling a little threatened. And the Knight of Wands is a jolly good fellow who's just doing it, you know? So just go for it and don't feel threatened. It sounds a little like procrastination in this combination. Two more, there's the Ace of Cups, the most beloved card, at least my most beloved card in the tarot deck. Self-love, yeah, do it for yourself, you know? If you procrastinate, there's a lot of stress building up, right? Unnecessarily so. Ten of Cups, hey, hello. And if you do it, yeah, then you can release all the stress. Let's just give the 10, yeah, okay. Let's just do it like that. Let's keep the Seven of Procrastination Wands at the bottom of the deck, right? And let's just see what's coming up. Queen of Swords is freeing herself from any form of restrictions, right? Unnecessary things that bound her and limit her, and she's cutting herself free and she's laser focused on what she needs to do, right? There's the Death card, okay, no bad card. There's the Five of Swords, the dirty fight is ending. Why? Because you're finally focused on the solution. You're no longer participating on the negative things. There's the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Two of Cups. The Two of Swords, let's just deal it. Two of Wands and the World card. Yeah, procrastination was what I initially talked about, but I think this is a little bigger than just procrastination, because the World card is here and the Two of Cups. And the World card is about closure, right? It's about making peace with whatever happened in the last chapter. So you have to close the last chapter. That could mean that you finish something, right? That you finish something that you might have, I don't know, you kind of feel a little threatened by something, right? And you don't know what's coming and you feel defensive, right? Yeah, I feel like you fear the unknown. Sometimes there's the past energy, there's definitively something ending, right? And the World card is the closure. What is ending is the Five of Swords, an ongoing conflict. It's an intellectual conflict, you know, kind of a little, you know, dirty fight. I always say it's the dirty fight card, the Five of Swords. But this dirty fight card is ending, and you have to make peace with whatever you were fighting before, right? Which is not an easy thing to do. And you're not doing this by, yeah, that's the solution right here. So the solution is not, you know, the classic geographic, by the way. The classic geographic is a concept that Alan Downs presented in The Velvet Rage. Maybe I'll link a video or something at the end. Classic geographic is an error. You know, you think you solve all your problems by going somewhere else, you know, moving. You know, this is the Five of Pentacles. Trying to escape, trying to run away, you know, but you're not solving this by going to a different place, getting a new apartment, getting a new, going to a new city, you know, taking a new job, something like that. The center of the reading is to process it and to heal, right? Five of Swords, that's the dirty fight, that's the conflict that has ended. You kind of won it, but it's over. Right? The conflict needs to end. You should no longer engage in the conflict. You should instead focus on what you want to create for your life. And there might be this impulse of running, right? But running is never a good idea. Never run. Never run. Because if you're running, if you're just saying, okay, I'm so done with this, so I want to change everything. I want to change my job. I want to change the place where I live. So I just move and I completely restart my life somewhere else. This is not going to happen. If you do this, you're just going on this journey of the 5 of Pentacles. So don't run. Don't make radical changes to your life. The conflict is over. Laser focus on what you want to create. You want to create abundance and inner peace and independence. Queen of Swords is all about independence, right? And again, you're not gaining independence by running away or radically changing your life, right? Instead, center of your reading, meditation, going for long walks, taking good care of yourself, healing, giving yourself a chance to heal. I think this is not about procrastination. This is more about hypervigilance, you know? Feeling like when you've been to, I don't know, when you've been in a narcissistic relationship, when you've been in a toxic relationship, when you had to deal a lot with toxic people and toxicity in general, whatever form it takes, you are so hypervigilant that you feel threatened by pretty much everything that comes along because you lost your inner peace, right? To that dirty fight. And the center of your reading is the 4 of Swords. So regaining your inner peace. And how do you do this? Not by running. Do not run. Do not radically change your life. You have to do what you can with what you've got where you are. Do what you can with what you've got where you are. And do it steady and slowly. Right? And there's the Two of Cups is the key to the World card, and the World card is the closure. The conflict has ended, or that's the recent past, that's the past energy. You're very focused. The conflict is over. Now you got this feeling of, I need to do something, I need to run, right? Not a good idea. Healing, focus on what you got, where you are, you know? Do what you can with what you've got, where you are. And then you make peace with the old dirty fight chapter. You make peace. And how do you make peace with something like narcissistic abuse? How do you make peace with something really dirty, right? Something dirty fight, manipulation, and I don't know, all these horrible stuff, you know, whatever it is for you, how do you make peace with it? I say it again, do not run, no radical changes. It's not, you're just recreating the thing somewhere else. You don't want it. You want to solve it right here, right now. And forgiveness, forgiveness is such a freaking big word. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of the concept of forgiveness, because forgiveness always implies that you kind of become friends with whoever you were fighting or whoever was fighting you, right? You don't need to become friends with anybody, right? It doesn't mean, for me, forgiveness is more a thing that you do for yourself, and it frees yourself from the attachment of the abuse or of the toxicity. You're no longer holding on to it. If you think about whatever happened, right? If you think about toxicity every day, you're kind of poisoning your own aura, right? So release it and focus your attention on what you want to create for your life. And this is the diagonal row here. You want to heal and you want to create peace. Inner peace is the most important thing right now. That brings you closure. And peace, inner peace, is only achieved if you not run away from whatever is probably just threatening you in this imagination, in your hypervigilance, right? If you feel, you might still feel like this, but the conflict is over, right? And you still might feel like, oh my God, you know, whatever comes around, you have to, you know, be ready to fight again, but you have to leave that behind, heal yourself, come back to yourself. And that forgiveness thing, try to think about it as disengagement. Try to think about it as being full of self-love and self-compassion, right? The dirty truth is that, you know, when this is probably an empath channel, right? So if you're an empath, for example, there is something, I mean, the narcissist is attracted to us, right? But oddly enough, we are also attracted to the narcissist in a effed up way, right? So try to look in yourself. What was fascinating about that person, right? Or that situation, right? That conflict that you're in. Try to make peace with it within yourself. Try to heal it within yourself, yeah. Five of Pentacles is clarified by the devil. The devil wants you to run. Whoever the narcissist wants you to run, the narcissist wants a strong reaction from you. So whenever you're scared, whenever you triggered, right? The narcissist wants you to run. Because if you run, you're lowering your frequency, you're acting out of fear, guilt or shame, whatever. And you want to bring about an instant radical solution, an instant radical change. And that never works. Because you're just lowering your frequency. And the narcissist is trying to trick you into this overreaction, right? A fear response or fear reaction, should rather say. A response is deliberate, but a reaction is an impulse, an instinct, you know, an instant reaction. Do not do that. Instead, you meditate, you keep your cool, you keep your inner peace, you cultivate your inner peace. You do what you need to do to get that inner peace. We talked about procrastination, so whatever you're procrastinating, do that, because if you do it, it adds to your inner peace and to your inner stability. And then just as hard as it is, the fight is over. Yeah? And now you have to regain balance. Fight is over. The Queen of Swords is clarified by the Queen of Wands. So there's a lot of willpower, determination. You know exactly what you want and how to get it. Just make sure that you do not overreact, because that's what the antagonist wants you to do, the narcissist, the devil, so to speak, clarifying the Five of Pentacles. So the Four of Swords is clarified by the Ace of Swords, the new consciousness, born out of this conflict. Yeah, and just steadiness. Keep your cool. Steady thing wins the race, right? Steady effort or steadiness wins the race. There's the Tower, there is the Two of Swords, and there's the Victory March, the Six of Wands, clarifying the World card. You got this. So this is the card ending here. Four of Wands is clarifying the bottom of the deck, and the Seven of Wands here. Oh wow, that's an intense reading. That's really an intense reading, but it's a good reading. So I get kind of Ten of Wands energies here. So big toxic situation, right? In the past is coming to an end. And it's kind of the last, you have to make a decision now. It's your decision, right? Do you go for the Two of Cups, which is making peace with the situation, with whatever happened? And ultimately, that's the only way you get closure, right? You won't, most likely, if it's narcissistic abuse or whatever, you will not get an apology. You will not get someone coming to you and saying, oh, did so wrong, and I totally abused you, and I'm so sorry, and by the way, here's a cake. It's probably not going to happen. So you have to bring closure within yourself by not playing that sad song, by not watching that sad movie again, by not replaying that in your mind again and again, but by let it die, right? It is dead. The conflict is freaking over. Do not allow and do not give it more energy. Use your mind to focus on what you want to create for yourself, and you don't want radical changes, right? You don't want to be scared into the next run or something. The new consciousness is all about the realization that inner peace is the most important thing that you need. So take good care of your consciousness, take good care of your mind, right? The Swords energies, right? 5 of Swords, Queen of Swords, 4 of Swords, clarified by the Ace of Swords. There is 2 times here, just show you that. There is a little bit of catastrophizing, right? When you think, when you worry too much, when you are not sure what's coming next, what's the next chapter. We're going through a phase right now globally. It's the end of 2025. It's the energies of 25 are subsiding. Time to let go. Hello. That's the groundhog spirit. Honestly. Okay. That's it. That's exactly what, that's it. Spirit has your back. Set healthy boundaries. Time to let go. 31. I'm going to read this at least partially because it's freaking long, but are you noticing red flags? Perhaps saying to yourself, oh, what pretty flags, and giving them no more thought. Hawk spirit. Oh no, that's hawk spirit. Sorry. Number 31. No. Endings lead to beginnings, and death is part of life. So groundhog spirit is here to let you know that it is time to accept the natural ending of something that is no longer serving you. We love to hold on to what is familiar, but the new needs space to arrive so growth can occur. When groundhog spirit appears, it is a sign that there is something in your present situation that you need to let go of so that something new can be born, something that will be far better and far better serve you now. When the groundhog sees his shadow, he retreats to his den. So too might you yearn for a little more time to say goodbye and transition into the new. However, change is coming, and this is good. So let go of your resistance. Spring brings many blessings, and what must die will always be reborn in a new form that will be right for you. Life requires change and detachment. Right? If you forgive in the sense of detachment, that you just let go, you just be done, with it. Just be done with it. Right? Say farewell to whatever once served you and get ready for something amazing to take its place. Spirit is already sending it your way. So that's the groundhog spirit. Let go of your attachment to old conflicts, to old trauma. Do not try to solve the drama by the classic geographic, which would be radical transformation, new job somewhere place else. Do what you can with what you got, where you are right now, which is meditation, going for long walks, and doing what you need to do, right? Do your work, do your homework. show up for your life. Do not procrastinate. That is also adding to your inner peace. And then the forgiveness part here, forgiveness in the sense of disengagement, that you're no longer giving the old chapter energy. That's the closure, and that's the victory march. And don't overthink it, just do it. This is not a time of thinking, and use your mind wisely. In this case means that you don't need to make plans. You already know what's coming. There is something coming at the horizon. The new is already coming in, but it can only unfold if you let go of the old. So now is a lucky time, number 49, that's rabbit spirit. And I'm going to read this too. A sunny meadow calls, and rabbit spirit appears to lead you out of your dark warren and into the light so that you can participate in a fertile and beautiful experience. It may seem safe below ground, but the magic happens when you come out and take the risk of being vulnerable and co-creating something new. You are being invited now into a new life that you have no experience with. But have no fear. Today is also time to be fruitful and productive, and you enjoy rabbit spirit's sunny and prolific energy. At this time, whatever you intend to bring to life will find fertile ground. There are no mistakes, really, when you are co-creating with spirit, so let new ideas spring to the surface, knowing that now is a lucky time for tremendous possibility. Use your mind wisely. Let the thing end, and let the thing end by focusing on what you want to create. Give that energy. I say it again, don't watch that sad movie. Don't watch that movie. Don't think about, hatred, revenge, guilt, fear, shame. All these lower frequency energies are just bounding you to the old. You release that bound. There's the Queen of Swords freeing herself, butterfly queen, clarified by the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, that's willpower and intellect, wisdom, focused on inner peace. I think I'm repeating myself. Let go and allow the new to come in. Close the chapter. Closure, disengagement. That is all the forgiveness you need to do. You don't need to be friends with anybody, right? You just have to not let the old shit occupy your mind. Give yourself more credit. You are doing the best you can. Cut yourself some slack. Well done. You're doing better than you think you are. That's the good news here. And it's a good reading, but it's a heavy reading. Those who choose the lesser of evil forget very quickly that they chose evil, but you didn't choose evil. You're not going for revenge, you're not going for hatred. You're going for love, self-love, inner peace, creating what you want, what nurtures your soul. Not revenge, not anger or hatred. That's a heavy one. Kabir, that's I think a Islamic mystic. Behold, but one in all things. Behold, but one in all things. See the one God in all things, right? It is the second that leads you astray. There's no separation ultimately. On the highest level of consciousness or divine consciousness, unity consciousness, it's called unity consciousness. Why? Because that's the one. That's the one that is all, that's Brahman, that is the world. God, Allah, whatever you want to call it, Buddha consciousness, right? Behold the one in all things. It is the second that leads astray. Kabir. The hard lesson here is to look at whatever happened in the past, right? And try to find out what attracted you to the narcissist. What was you, how did you how were you prolonging the situation? What was your participatory part in this? And not to bash yourself, right? Just to learn from your mistakes, you know? Maybe you did over-explain yourself. Maybe you were giving too many chances to the wrong people. Maybe you were not enforcing your boundaries. Maybe you were saying yes when you actually felt like no. Things like that. And forgiveness is basically, in the sense of disengagement, this understanding, this wisdom, right? Underneath it, by the way, is the Hierophant, the wise man, the Pope, so to speak, as he should be. Wisdom, inner peace, self-compassion. You cannot change the other person. You can only change yourself. So running away is that's toxic, right? Radical changes, that's toxicity. You can only change yourself. And if you truly want to disengage from whatever shit happened in the past, do not repeat the same patterns that co-created in whatever small way whatever happened, right? Clear boundaries, communication of clear boundaries, saying no when you mean no. No is a complete sentence, not justifying yourself, not defending yourself, not engaging in anything really, in any conversation that you don't want to engage with. If there's someone you don't like, you don't need to tell them that you don't like them. You just do not engage with these people, right? Clear-cut boundaries. And there's also the Knight of Pentacles clarifying the Two of Cups. So you're already on this path. You understand that. You just have to, I think you just have to hear it, that the classic geographic, as Alan Downs put it, is not going to solve it, right? So you're not going to find peace if you just move to another place. You find another narcissist there. You make peace with it by focusing on your shit. Do your stuff. Focus on what you want to create and let it go. Time to let go. Groundhog spirit and rabbit spirit. Now is a lucky time. The good is already coming in, right? What else we got? We do. It's a intense reading, but I'm happy. It's an important reading, and there's someone out there who needs to hear this, and I hope it means something to you. There's one sticking out, two actually. Okay, let's do two. A night on Earth and a new Earth. Okay, let's just do these two. It's just how it is. That's beautiful. The magical new beginning, that's totally in line with Rabbit Spirit. Now is a lucky time. This card symbolizes a start of something new. A magical experience unfolds to allow you to move forward safely and with confidence. The path is clear and nothing can stop you now except your own negative thoughts. If you revisit the old chapter, you're not going to do this. This path is clear. Nothing can stop you now except your negative thoughts. Let go of any old ways of thinking and trust. Your future will not be the same as the past. Life is full of possibilities. Believe it, and it shall be so. Inside you, there's a knowing that embraces all knowledge. Live through this knowing, and life will seem like an endless blessing. You deserve to be and have all that your heart desires. Keep your face always towards the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. Walt Whitman. And number 19, a new earth. Is this the new earth? Yeah. Come on, what is it? 19. Transformation, and we're all going through it. And at 25, I think if you haven't been through narcissistic abuse in the last few years, you missed something big. The new earth transformation. This card heralds the start of a positive transformation through which a part of you or a situation that troubles you is cleansed and healed. There's a renewed sense of optimism. The future seems bright as you try new things and make acquaintances and friends. This is a time to keep focused on what is occurring right now. Do what you can with what you got, where you are. Don't run. The past is behind you, bless it and let it go, and the present is all that matters. Watch for any lingering guilt and don't overanalyze things, especially the past. Know that you deserve happiness, and it can only be found in the present. Embrace your new life. You have nothing to lose but much to gain. That you are eternally loved is the eternal truth. All else is illusion. Feel the love within and around you at each new moment. That's all I got. And I hope it resonated with someone out there. If it did, share, like, subscribe, leave a comment. And hopefully see you next time. Now, die, my friend. Ciao.